If you ever wanted to build a real Python API and deploy it automatically to the cloud, no AWS headaches, no expensive servers, you are in the right place. Today, I'll walk you through step by step setting up an actual CI/CD pipeline for a fast API project. We'll use render.com for cloud hosting and GitHub Actions for full automation. And to make it practical, I'll show you how to set up basic and advanced endpoints, including a health check and a reverse text API. How to push your code to GitHub and have it go live instantly every single time you make a change. Let's quickly go through what we are building. We'll use FastAPI, one of the most popular and fastest Python framework. Our API will have three endpoints. Number one is like the root endpoint, which will respond with a message saying it works, auto deployed by GitHub Actions. Number two, slash health endpoint, which is a classic health check, good for production. And the third one is like slash reverse, which takes in a string and returns it reversed. It's a simple way to show both get and post endpoints and some real logic, not just hello world. And best of all, every time we push code to GitHub, it will go live on render in under a minute. No manual deployment, no copy paste. So let's check what are the other files in this particular fast API CI/CD demo folder. I have a requirement.txt file. In this, I need to install these dependencies: fast API, UVCon, Pydantic. I have a README file which explains the details about the project, and there is like a deploy.yaml file as well. I'll quickly go through this file as well, then we'll get into the demo. First of all, the name of this is like Python CI. On every push to the main branch, it will trigger a pipeline for us. It is running on the Ubuntu latest agent machine. It uses action slash checkout at v4. This is a ready-made action which we are using, and this is like the second action which we are using for setting up Python. I'm trying to install 3.12, which I have the same local on my machine, followed by we are trying to install dependencies, which I showed you in this requirement.txt file. Then we are doing some lint checks as well using this command black hyphen check and dot. First things first, I'm going to create a virtual environment so that we can get into the virtual environment and try to install the required packages. For that, I'm going to use Python 3.12 space -m virtual environment and a virtual environment name. In this case, I'm going to give vn fast. You can give any name, it's up to you, but I'm comfortable with this name. I'm going to activate this virtual environment using source command followed by bin activate. Press enter. As soon as you activate, right now you are in the virtual environment. Previously, you were, let's say, outside of the virtual environment. Now you are in the virtual environment. Now let's quickly navigate to our project, Fast API CI/CD demo. Here I'm going to install using pip3 install -r requirement dot. Okay, I need to navigate to this particular folder. My requirement.txt file is here. pip3 install -r requirement.txt. Press enter. Once the installation is like successful, the next step is like directly we can start the server. For that, I'm going to run this command uvcon main app reload. Press enter. You can see that uvcon is like running on my local host, so I can navigate directly here. Application startup complete. Let's quickly open the browser and I'm going to paste it in here. You see, as soon as we open the browser, it says it works auto deployed by GitHub Actions. Everything is like local currently. Okay. So if you go back to my main.py file, you see here clearly it says, sorry, it works auto deployed by GitHub Actions. Now let's check the /health endpoint. It says status okay. Now what I'm going to do is like I will open /docs. Okay, press enter. Now you will see a proper FastAPI environment. You see there are like three endpoints /hello, /health and /reverse. We already tested these two endpoints. Now we are going to test this endpoint. Okay, so I am going to click on try it out. Here instead of string, I am going to give my channel name learn with DevOps engineer. Okay, it should reverse this particular text. That is our goal. I mean, according to the source code, what we wrote, it should reverse. Reverse in the sense REENIG. It should like something like this. Okay, click on execute. So as soon as we click on execute, we should see a reversed message. You see, we have this message. Oh, it's hard to read for me as well. So yeah, I won't read it, but I think you got the point, right? So yeah, this is how you try to test this. Now our next steps are like we'll just close this. Our application code looks fine. Now we are going to deploy it to render.com. So for that, we need to create a GitHub repository. Real quick, I will try to create a GitHub repository on my profile. So for that, I'm going to quickly do that. Repositories, click on new repository, fast API CI CD. I'm going to keep it as public because render.com is free for public stuff. So real quick, I'm going to say create repository. So our repository is kind of ready. Once we create this repository, we are going to go to render.com and try to connect this repository to our render.com so that we can deploy a web service. So I already signed up here few days ago because I created one of the videos deploying Node.js application. If you haven't checked that video, please go and cross check that video as well after watching this video. Now let's deploy a web service. I'm going to click on this and select GitHub because our source code is on GitHub. If you have it on GitLab, that will also work, or Bitbucket. Click on GitHub and then we are going to install on selected repository. I don't want to install this on all repositories for security reasons. I don't want to do that. So I will try to select our FastAPI CI/CD repository and click install. Once the installation is successful, we should be able to see this repository here. Try to select that repository. So we are deploying a web service. I am going to leave the name as it is, followed by selecting Python 3 language. So as our application is based on Python, so I'm using Python 3 here. Branch, main branch, that's fine. Region, I don't care, that should be okay, default region. Root directory, we can leave it blank, not required in our use case. Build command, pip install -r requirement.txt, this is fine. Followed by, we need to add start command. Okay, so locally we were using this Ubicon main app -reload. This works locally, but on render.com we have to provide the host and port number as well. This is like required. Okay, if not, it will not work. If you want, you can give it a try. I already tried, it is not working. So this is how we try to learn things by doing it practical. For hobby projects, click on free. Do not select any other options. If you select this and try to deploy, it will ask you for your card details. So make sure you are trying to select free here, and we are going to deploy web service. So as soon as we deploy, I think it started building already. Let's see. But it will fail because we do not have anything right now. Okay, if you see our repository is like only it has readme.md file. I'm going to quickly push so that we'll see the actual build. So let's quickly go back to our repository. Here I am going to give a commit message, add fast API code commit, and then sync changes. As soon as we sync, it should trigger the build automatically. So let's go and check. I will try to refresh the repository. We have the source code here. Looks like our build failed here. Install dependency. No such file or directory. Okay. Yeah, I did a mistake, guys. I did not add those files to the repository. Let's quickly add that. Add main dot add files to the repo, commit, and then sync changes. Now our pipeline should work. So let's try to refresh it once again. The build is kind of running. So let's see what will happen here now. Pip installing dependencies, followed by it will try to do some lint checking. One file would be reformatted. Oh no, yeah, looks like there's like a formatting problem. That's okay. That's fine. Let's try to format that real quick locally. For that, I will try to install black followed by black space main.py. Okay, one file reformatted successfully. File got reformatted. Let's try to push that real quick. Update lint error message file commit and sync those changes. It should work now. Let's see. I'm going to go back to my source code, check for the pipeline. It's like running right now. Install dependencies followed by lint code. Wow, congratulations. We were able to successfully fix the issue. It will try to clone our source code, which is here in our GitHub repository. Okay. Once we have that, it will try to install and do all the required steps. And it will try to start the application. We should be able to access using this URL. Okay, this is the end goal. Let's see what will happen now. So I see build successful. Okay, till here it's like okay, everything looks fine, I guess. Uploading build and followed by build successful. Now it's trying to deploy. Let's see. It will take, let's say, some time because the CPU is like very small. Okay, I see running UVcon main reload host and port number as well. Starting reloader. Okay, application startup complete. Looks good so far. So let's see. Okay, your service is live. Congratulations. Okay, available at your primary URL. Okay, same URL. Okay, I'm going to copy this and let's test it. I'm very much excited. Wow. You see, FastAPI CI/CD dot on render.com. It works auto deployed by GitHub Action. The same exactly what we had on our local. This is my local, you see, and this is render.com. Now let's check for the health endpoint real quick. You see, status is like okay, perfectly fine. I would like to show you guys. Okay, so our application is like running locally as well. I will try to open this. You see, I'll try to refresh and you see this. I will go to the health endpoint just to, show you the difference. Health, okay. And on render.com, fast API CI/CD / health, you see, okay. Now I will go to docs. Okay, press enter. So as soon as we open this, you will see this view. Fast API get health reverse. Okay, the same we had on our local. Okay, let me open this as well. You see, 127.0.1, this is running locally and this is on our fast API render CI/CD. Okay, now let's do the reverse checking. Okay, I would like to try it out and let's try to pass. Let me write ABCD just for fun. E F G H I J K L M N O P Q R S T U V W X Y Z. Okay, it should print in reverse. Okay, execute. You see how it printed in reverse order? So this is how you try to deploy application full end to end locally and also on render.com. This is the process. If you want to change something, let me do that real quick. So I will try to update the message here. Okay, let me do that quickly. Subscribe to my channel if you like this video. Okay, I'll try to save this and let's try to push it. Update message in fast API application. Commit and sync changes. As soon as we sync, GitHub will automatically build the pipeline and our render.com will also trigger a new pipeline. If you see, this was live, which we are using currently, and you see deploy started. So once this is like deployed, we should be able to see a new message. Once we, let's say, go to the health endpoint. Let's check that real quick. I will open this once again. So every time when we push something, it will try to clone the repository, download stuff, and try to install all the required, let's say, dependencies, packages, and stuff, and deploy again. Okay. So our application is working fine now. Now let's see. I will try to check the message. So auto deployed by GitHub Actions. This was like the previous message. And once this is like deployed, let's see what kind of message we are going to see. Okay. I mean, you can play around with this, do try to add some stuff, remove stuff, and this is how you learn in practical. Okay, I see that our application is live. Once again, you see this message. So this is my latest build. So if you see, this was like our first build, then the build started and application is like live. So previously we were saying it works, auto deployed GitHub Actions. Now I'm going to refresh it once again and you should see a new message. It works. Subscribe to my channel if you like this video. That's it. You just set up a real world CI/CD pipeline for your Python API. All code changes trigger an automated deploy to render. You get a health check endpoint, a real business logic endpoint, and best practices from day one. And you even saw how failures are caught automatically before they reach users. Download the source code from my newsletter. Try to subscribe there. I will send you right away to your email inbox. If this helped you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and share this with a friend who's learning DevOps or Python. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.